everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today comes my song-by-song review of Utada Hikaru's newest album, Fantôme. Please remember that this is simply my opinion on the songs. We all have different thoughts on them and I would gladly read yours in the comment section down below. So, the album opens with Michi, which is such a cool opening for me because the song itself reassured me as when Antabao Kimini and Manatsu no Toremi came out back in April. Both songs were so soft that I worried a bit about the album, thinking it might only go that way. But Michi cleared all that worry out in one go. The song is great, it's dynamic, typical Hiki, and I just love the way she pronounces the words, especially pre-chorus. Then we got Ore no Kanojo, which is such a fascinating song both lyrically and structure-wise. It starts in such an appealing way, almost like the person is bragging about his or her girlfriend, and the cello just emphasizes it so well. But then the song completely changes mood and it becomes such an emotional roller coaster that you barely remember the beginning being so uplifting. She also sings a little bit in French and her pronunciation as usual is pretty accurate, even if the grammar isn't as good as it could be. I still understood what she was trying to say. As for Anatabao Kimini, well, I'm still very much in love with the song, but as being part of the album, I felt a lot more emotional listening to it. It's such a lovely song. It's genuinely just touching. Nijikan Dake no Vacances is a featuring I did not expect to love so much because I've never been a huge fan of Shiina Ringo in the first place, but turned out that both singers' voices go so well together. They just complement each other very nicely. The song itself is pretty up-tempo and lovely, with the guitar being so soft during the couplets and the chorus just being amazing with the strings coming in. Ningyo is such a surprise, soft and so raw, with the drums and the harp being the only instruments involved. It really feels like a tale is being sung to us in such a lovely way, and the harp's melody is so constant, almost like just a mermaid is trying to lure us into the ocean, you know? Like a spell being cast on us, and that feeling is even more emphasized when Hiki just hums the melody. Tomodachi with Kobukuro Nariaki is quite another interesting song. It's so up-tempo and lovely as well, but what is even more interesting is that it isn't per se classified as a featuring, it is with them. So Nariaki is mostly harmonizing with Hiki, but their voices go so well together. He has a really good way of going higher than her, which makes those moments resonate a lot more every time they happen. Just like for Anatabao Kimini, my opinion on Manatsu no Toremi hasn't changed much. I still find the song truly haunting and gorgeous, even almost 6 months later. Kuya no Okami is another song that I wasn't sure how I felt about it at first, especially because the beginning is so weird, especially until 1 minute 30. Everything is so different from the rest of the song. Structure-wise, it's a bit like Ore no Kanojo, an unexpected beginning that feels more uplifting, and it leads to so many different emotions and a very dramatic chorus. But I grew to love the weirdness of this song. There's so much freedom in it, creatively speaking. Iki takes risk and it pays off so well. Like I said in my main review, Bukyaku is the song that left me not feeling it too much. And it's not the melody, which is, by the way, one of my favorite ones out of this album. The intensity of it is magnificent. The very soft voices in the background, like the choir voices, you can barely hear them, but it's there and it's lovely. And Iki's interpretation as well. But when Ko happens on it, it's always a bit strange. I grew fonder of it after a couple of listens, but still, I can't help but be less into it than the rest of the album. Jinsei Saiku no Hi is a song that quite literally lifts your spirit up after the intense Bukyaku. Something that Iki really loves to do, like on Heart Station. It's like a Take 5 and Boku wa Kuma trick all over again lyrics-wise. And this song is so hopeful, which is quite what you need after the previous song. Musically speaking, I love how the synth adds the short melody that keeps on repeating itself on a loop during the chorus. It's almost making my head spin if I just focus on that. But then the bass softens everything after it in such a weird manner. Like, this song is hopeful, but still you can feel the sadness being there, and this is such clever writing and composing. Finally, the album concludes on Sakura Nagashi, a song that came out in 2012, and what a song it is. I was so looking forward to talk about it because ever since it came out, I've been in love with it. And for it to be at the very end of the album is perfect. It closes Fantôme on such a haunting note, and yet so hopeful and beautiful. It's everything I hoped it would end on. The song's emotions culminate during the final part, and the piano melody it's gorgeous. So this is it, guys, my song-by-song review of Fantôme. Let me know what you think of each song and the album in general down below, and I'll see you next time.